Hey guys, how's it going? Today I wanted to speak about the subject of, does the American dream exist? Well, first of all, we need to understand, what is the American dream? The American dream would be making it big, living in a mansion, successfully being happy all the time. But the reality is that if you do live in America, well, you only get 10 days vacation per year, which amounts to 2 weeks because they don't count obviously the weekends as days off. So you get 2 weeks of vacation actually, and obviously the weekends too, which amounts to 104 days a year because there's 52 weeks. So technically you are kind of off no matter what half the year, but in reality you do only get 2 actual weeks off, 10 days of life per year, which are vacation. So the American dream is actually working hard because they are antisocial. So by being antisocial, this means that you don't have much help for the citizens. So obviously, if you are handicapped, if you are for some reason elderly or whatever it is, yes, you will get some sort of help. But if you don't have any means of paying for your health insurance, if you don't have any means to pay for your apartment, if you don't have any means for those things, then, well, guess what? You'll be in the street. And that's why they have so many homeless people. And what's sad is that a good chunk of them, maybe even 50% of them, are people who are veterans, people who have gone to war or that were part of the army. But it's not just that, it's also the fact that a lot of times if you're poor, because American society is very heavily money based, what happens is that, again, if you can't make money, you can't survive. So a lot of the poor people in general will join the army and join these kind of things because it'll help them financially later on to actually get a bit of health care and get a little bit of help if they want to study and stuff like that. So it is a chance for them to get better. But because it is very antisocial here, we don't have a lot of help for the people most of the time. And because of that, it creates a lot of poverty. But at the same time, if you are willing to do the real American dream, which means work like crazy, work 10 hours a day, work 12 hours a day, work 7 days a week, stuff like that, then you actually have a better chance comparatively to places like Europe and stuff to actually start your own business and to kind of create those careers which basically would make you millions and millions of dollars. But it comes with sacrifices. So that's basically the American dream, is making it big. But people, what they don't say on television, what they don't show is basically that in order to get to that level, well, you have to make sacrifices, and pretty big ones. And if you're not willing to do that, well, I don't know if the American dream is for you, because it's hard. It's again, it's very nice to see the success on TV because you're seeing the fruits of the labor, but you haven't been able to see how they got there. I wish in some ways that they showed the struggle. They showed the struggle of somebody going from 0 to 100 and showing how it took 10 years, 15 years of sacrifice, of maybe not even living in luxury and still doubting yourself to actually be able to get to that point where you finally do find that comfort. And even if you are at that comfort at a place of a scripted reality TV show or whatever they show, or scripted movies, I'd like to see how happy the person is now that they've had it. Because I've heard a lot of people say that being rich and famous is not what it's not all that it's made out to be. It's just the way it is. It's just the way that we are. Unfortunately, that's the thing. We are creatures that like to dream, and we are creatures that like to think that the grass is always greener on the other side of the pasture, but it's not true. Sometimes what we have right in front of us is great. And I do understand the immigrants that would come here and stuff like that sometimes, because maybe they are actually from third world countries, or they are in places where there's a lot of poverty and there's a lot of struggles. So they see all these wonderful things on television and they say, and it starts actually this whole movement of the American dream. But the American dream was more in the 40s, 50s, 60s, where wars had ended, and then the government was giving really a lot of cheap housing. But again, as you can tell, a lot of these people, those baby boomers and all that stuff, they all came from war. The sacrifice was going to war for a couple of years, and then, only then, were you actually able to succeed and have that American dream, that cheap house and stuff like that. And in reality, I'm thinking in some ways, why are we always thinking about the American dream when we should have the dream of the universe, the dream of the world? One world, one peace, one human nation that is also in symbiosis with nature itself, and not just humanity, but everything around us. And there is actually enough to be given to everyone. And we can't expect everyone to be hard workers or to have ideas or to be super ultra intelligent, unfortunately. That's just a construct that can't be given to anyone and everyone. But at the same time, there just is so much around us that why not? Why not give a little more? You know, at the end of the day, you can have as many millions of dollars in your bank account. Once you die, well, you die, you know, so you might as well share it with the rest of the world. Well, that's it. That's all I have to say on the subject. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.